Always.
Alrighty. I got sound. You got sound. Welcome back, everybody, to Monday Night League. This is the recap of Week 5. Plugging along. It's been going quick. But we've been getting some good games, and recently we've kind of had some stacked nights. At least like a couple nights with 2 games in the week, so that's been good. I did see the last VOD had 120 viewers on it. That's pretty cool.
It's kind of crazy how much it's blown up. People have been getting excited. You know, we've had banger games pretty much the whole season, so I don't see what's not to get excited about.
Yeah, and everyone's sharing with their friends, and it's been good. Got all the Discords now. Too many Discords.
Not
all right,
enough Discords.
Never enough. All right, let's get into the games that happened here. The first one of the week was Rubber Duckies versus Brother Bears. This was the Pierre Stompfest. This was the unkillable Scion. And I think that's...
We were both so tilted watching this game.
Yeah. It's just it's a tough strategy because like it's so hard to do anything once Scion gets ahead. And it's hard to shut down, especially even with like Commander's Yorick. He rushed Hullbreaker and still couldn't walk up to Scion. So that's nutty. But not to discredit anyone else on the other team. Obviously, Twix's jungling was very good. Luca did well on Gragas, and then Zarin, not Jimothy, did well in the bot lane. Who was it? Who was the...
I think Pierre was MVP for that game for sure.
For sure. I mean, and it's he was like kind of allowed to do what he wanted, but it was really good. And the Brother Bears also did great, just stomping on Andy, not letting his Yasuo get up to speed, and keeping him out of the game.
That was the game with the crazy mid dives.
Yeah, that was Twix.
Like 3 mid dives.
Twix dove mid twice before 10 minutes. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's what you have to do against Andy, though, and win the game for it.
Yeah, you just devote so much to him, and then just don't let him into the game. So that's good. But what else? Next game we had going. We had Bunyan Bandits versus Fast 15. I guess Hardy likes Fast 15. Everywhere else has been 15 Fast. I don't know what the true name of the team is. But this was... What was it? Oh, this was the JCam Camille versus Tryndamere top lane. That was funny to see. We had the Vex. The Vex took over. P-Rob's Vex really shined as a mid laner. Great job to swap back to P-Rob on mid and Jordan on the ADC. Really just, I think it was a dominance all over the map for the most part.
Yeah, I remember P-Rob being able to get ahead and just kind of exploding everywhere on the map. It's tough, the AP Kai'Sa mid. I trust Fatty with his weird picks 99.9% of the time, but it's these 0.1% where he's not actually performing that hurt the most.
And this was also watching it with a couple people in Discord. When they were low after the draft, you're like, oh, this isn't that bad. It's AP Varus mid, it's Kai'Sa ADC, like it's gonna be good. But then they swapped, so it was actually Kai'Sa mid, Varus ADC, and I think they suffered because of that. I think if they had swapped that, it would have been a different outcome.
I really hate to say it, but I think AP Varus mid would have been a lot more effective.
It would have, yeah. So that's tough. And then also, I think like Cam on the Tryndamere into Camille just didn't get ahead early, and then just couldn't handle JCam's Camille, especially when you're going such a squishy build with Kraken. Was it Navori?
Yeah.
So that's tough.
It was a bit of a diffy in the jiffy in the top lane too. I remember Blondie came top quite a bit to be able to get Johnny ahead on Camille. Yeah,
and Jordan calling out that Nyla beats Kai'Sa, so they swapped. I think that's valid, and that is something I called out was that you can't spell shield Varus's arrow, I guess, so Nyla gets cut a little bit, but it still just didn't translate into a win.
Yeah.
But what can you do? I like that they're trying though, right? It's not the standard draft you get every time.
No, and it's good to have that sort of flexibility.
And then last but not least, we had Let 'Em Cook versus Tom Holland, with the win going to Tom Holland. This was, I think, a pretty steady win throughout the game. We just kind of won lanes early and then accelerated out. But it was a good showing. I think every lane kind of showed up. We had the Soul Nugget roams were on, so he was leaving Scuddler to just farm up bot lane, but it worked out. And then the Silas jungle hit.
Dude, me and Al were getting so hype for Lazy on Silas. He ganked every lane twice before 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude was everywhere.
He's crazy. And he does that all with no mic. Just
That's the thing that blew my mind. After the game, someone's like, oh yeah, he can't actually talk. And I'm like, what?
No, he's just the silent assassin. But it was pretty good. And then also Moxian with the Echo, good performance on the Echo. But it was good. I think it was just a tough matchup for the other team. Like, it seemed like most of their lanes were tough matchups. So get out drafted, you know. But that brings us to, where are we in the league? How are we shaking out? So this is the end of week 5. We have week 6, 7, 8 left.
You want to update that screenshot? I updated the chart a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. This is me functioning on Excel, and you know exactly my capabilities with Excel. So I cleaned it up.
But how are you feeling about the league and the teams? How's it been shaking out?
It's not exactly how I expected the league to look. I think the teams that I expected to do well are performing well, but I actually expected Bunyan Bandits to be a bit more of a contender, and they really have just been really hard to watch, underperforming kind of everywhere. Who's the team with Sea Dog?
That's let him cook. No.
Yeah, I think Sea Dog's been kind of out of practice. Maybe, I don't know if he's playing a whole lot, but he hasn't been quite on form with where he normally is, and that's really hurt Let Him Cook. Because I looked at that team at the beginning of the season, and I'm like, look, Sea Dog is just gonna put these guys in the potato sack and carry them to the top of the rankings, and that's just not what it's been.
Definitely. And I think, the bot lane of, I guess, like Bean Swice or Femboy Swice, like, there is potential there. We just haven't seen them pop off. But I agree, like, shout out to Jordan. But I think we've said Bunny Bandits don't deserve to be 1-4, or they, on paper, they should be 1-4. So I'd like to see them start to get some wins. And then
if the games ended at 20 minutes, Bunyan Bandits would be undefeated.
Yeah. And it's tough because they just have never been like in a position to like, here's our clear like win condition throughout the game. It seems like they've been on the back foot. Most of those games. I do think that like the top 4 teams, I think you could have seen being at the top from a mile away though. I think right from draft, everyone's been pretty strong. Brother Bears with I think the PR top lane is just really hard to fight against. And then you also have the little pincer action of the bot lane. Zare always popping off. It's just tough.
I'd say Rubber Duckies is a bit of a sleeper agent because I expected them to perform well. I didn't expect Al to be their predominant carry.
That is true, and it's pretty awesome that he's stepping up to it. Yeah.
I looked at that team and I'm like, oh, it's going to be play through top. Like Commander and Paradox are just going to run it. And no.
Yeah, I do think
the L show.
It is the L show. I think Paradox has been doing a really good job for them jungling. And I would like to see Commander, carry some games, get up there. But I think his champ pool is not in style right now, which is tough. And that's something that's been fun to see throughout the games already. The meta is changing a little bit. Seeing the ADCs ebb and flow, how they are. And then like the priority bans, like banning Annie just because anyone can play her and she's very strong. It's been interesting. No one's whipped out the GP though. No one has played the absolutely broken GP, but
I don't think we have any top laners that actually play GP.
No, and it's played a lot of and GP. It's tough because like it's so risk reward. Like if you're playing against top laners that will shut you down early, it's really hard to play that. but it's been good. I've been liking the games. Like Jordan said, no one knows how to play like against Alawi. Maybe like a band. Let my Fiora play in, please. But as for games that are coming up this week, we got Wee Woos versus Tom Holland coming up next Sunday, and then Rubber Duckies and 15 Fast are scheduling their game. There's one other game for the week. It's Team Rubber Duckies versus Brother Bear. No, that was last week. Rubber Duckies. Oh, I just said that. What's the last one?
Let 'em cook versus Brother
Let
Bears.
'em cook Brother Bears. So that's the last game of the week.
Thoughts on those games?
Thoughts on the games? I think the Wee Woo Tom Holland game is going to be very spicy. I think it's going to be a good test of the bot lanes. You got Squid Bubba versus Scudler and Soul Nugget. That'll be fun to watch. But I think that it could go either way. I think we're both kind of tied in standings now.
Oh, dude, and you versus Baigoon.
Yeah, and me versus Baigoon. It's going to be interesting. Good thing Demonic Maokai is out. Don't want to face that. But I hate Garen and Shen, so that sucks.
It might be time to whip out the GP. Maybe
no. The GP is hard out of style. But I think that'll be a good game. Game of the week, calling it right now. That's going to be good. And then the Rubber Duckies 15 Fast. Can 15 Fast pull out a win? Can they get on the winning train?
I want that to be the game that they win. I wanted last week, but now I realize that this is actually the one I want.
This is it. Now or never, guys. Let's step up and do it. I think they can.
I think they can too. I think it's high time Hardy goes in there and shows Al who's boss.
Yeah.
I want him to take over the bot lane and just control it like I know he can.
Yeah, it'll be good, and it is. I think the support matchup is going to be good. You got Hardy, Mr. Tank, and then you got Thel, who just loves enchantresses. So, fun little support matchup. And then the last game, what did we say it was? It was
Brother Bears versus Let 'em Cook.
Brother Bears Let 'em Cook. How's this one shaking out? I
just think wherever Bean is on the map is just going to get absolutely smoked.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Like, it sounds bad, but like his matchup against Luca in the mid lane, if he goes mid, gets worked. His matchup AD carry against AP12 and Jimothy, I think he gets smoked.
Yeah, no, I think that's just a really tough matchup for them, and it's going to be tough because you gotta shut down Zaire, but you also gotta shut down Pierre, and you gotta kind of pick your poison. So I hope that people start drafting with intention, have a game plan, know what you're facing going into the game, and at least try to execute to that. Right? I like seeing a game plan, and then you even if you're throwing a lot of resources at it, like kind of hammer it until it works instead of just letting the games happen.
I think this is the perfect game for Sea-Dog to jump back on the radar for a lot of people.
Yes.
I think if he has one of those games, this is a situation where they can put Provoker on Darius or some sort of bruiser and just slam top over and over and over again, and that's a win condition.
Definitely. No, and that would be great to see. I think Provoker has the champ pool to shut down Pierre. Just gotta let it happen, and I will be using this as research on how to beat Pierre in the top lane. So that'll be good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, we do have playoffs coming up, so we're only 2 weeks out from the end of the season.
Yeah. So, or not end of season, but MSI, right? The mid-season.
Yeah. Mid-season.
So we're going to be taking the top 4 teams and doing a single elimination bracket, right?
Yep. It's best of 3s, right?
I have no idea what the rules are, but that's happening. And right now, I guess, is it possible for Let 'em Cook, Bunny Master 15 Fast to get in? Maybe, if Let 'em Cook wins every game from now on. But looking like we have the MSI mostly decided. So that'll be interesting to see those matchups. And then we also have the All-Star game and the meme game happening. Has there been any rules for the meme game decided yet?
So I have been talking to Jeremy about it, and we are potentially going to do the send the 5 stack into flex and see if they can get a win. Just absolute purgatory play until they get a win. The other thought was flex, but chat drafts the champions.
That'd be good.
So we'll be talking that one through. Our standings can be reset or no? No, standings are not going to be reset. So you've got to get good.
Yeah, get good. But the way it's going to work is the standings will continue, and then it'll lead into playoffs where you'll be seeded based on your record. But then it's tournament play from there, right? So you're not out of the woods or out of the game if you have a bad record, but definitely hurts.
Definitely hurts. And I think, is that Jordan that's asking those questions in the chat?
Yeah, Jordan has yeeted the ham.
Okay, so I will say specifically for you, you have to start winning games if you want to get into the playoffs. That's just, yeah, you really have to. You got to look at potentially be going undefeated next season. I mean, that's what you have, or next split. Otherwise, you're probably not going to make it. Hardy, you definitely have to go undefeated next split. There's no options there. You guys got to get your team in check. I think it's a 5-team playoff.
Oh, is that what it's going to be?
Yeah, because I think it's 1 team or 2 teams get pushed through, something like that. I don't know. I have to look at the way Jeremy and I built the bracket.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe next week there'll be a good deep dive into the playoff potentials, just so everyone knows what we're working towards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, moral of the story is win games, right? Like that's.
Yeah. It's very straightforward. If you win games, you generally make it to the playoffs. If you lose games, you probably won't.
Yeah, that is how sports work.
Yeah.
But I think that'll be it. We don't have a game tonight. We don't have any coming up until what seems like Sunday is the next game scheduled. So
I think that's it. Let me check the scheduling tab real quick. Yeah, I think it'll be Sunday. Sunday evening, and then it looks like Monday will probably be the next game. So
seems like we got
later in the week.
Yeah, we got a whole lot of boys skiing this weekend. Seems like. Yeah, us still with snow. Yep.
Yeah, can't relate.
Florida boy.
Can't relate at all.
All right. Well, that is the Monday Night League. Little update on the league. Let everyone know the standings. Great game so far, and let's keep it rolling.
Before you end the stream, real quick, just a quick announcement that some things have not changed week to week, and silver is still silver,
as it always will be.
As it always will be.
Peace out, everybody.